Oop. Oopsie doopsie. Oh yeah, Snow Commander. Oh yeah. Well, I don't need it now, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Whenever Jorn attacks, untap snow permanents. Why is this a snowland, bro? It's insane that this is a snowland to me. Oh yeah, sculpture is actually kind of fine. Do I need black cards? You may play target snow permanent from your graveyard. Is this an artifact? I can't even read it. I can't even read the card. Legend. I can't even read it. Okay. Hmm. How many is that, actually? Maybe that's not enough. Okay, no pathways. No pathways. No. Honestly, I don't think I need command tower either. I want more snowlands. Yeah. Yeah, we want more snowlands. Yep, okay, no verges. I don't need counter spells. Maybe like just the good ones. Um. Uh. Hmm. Tamio. I don't really like what Tamio's picking up. Excuse me. Ah, Kami doesn't make snowlands. What is this? What are we even doing? Literally throwing. Worldly Tutor Primeval Titan? So I can get Thespian Stage. Directives. There's possibly other things to do. Oh, Mystical Tutor. Oh, yeah. That's right. Search tapped. I'm gonna run you. Oh, not that one. This one. No glimpse. Wait, is it triple green? It is. Alright, Glimpse is fine. Cultivates. This is 3 power. No World Wagon. Oh yeah, binding. Is this... Wait, where is it? Oh no, it's not. It's not how it reads. What does this read? Seek a land. Put it play. Non-land. So it can find spells. I feel like this always finds a permanent, though. I don't know why. I can't remember ever getting an instant or sorcery from it. I'm playing the commander to complete the winter achievement. Yeah, I'm playing Snowlands. Does Glimpse not get a Snowland? This gets a Snowland. Yeah. What? What are you talking about? I don't really like Faithless Haven. Oh. I don't think this is the deck for this. I think this, we don't really have a reason to play this really here. I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. What's the game-winning pile for Emergent Ultimatum? I can't remember. Yeah, it's a really good mana rock. I'm just kind of blown away. I've only seen it once. It's kind of crazy. I've only seen it once. Oh yeah, Force of Negation. Can't forget that one. Search. I don't want to play Solve the Equation, because I don't want my opponent to know that I grabbed Emergent Ultimatum. Rather just not reveal that to people. Because then the entire game is like predicated on, oh yeah, bribery. I guess the Entomb package doesn't take up many deck slots. It works with Emergent Ultimatum as well. Does it persist? Spaghetti Mutt. I don't really think I want Gristlebrand. Maybe I do. So, like, Gristlebrand, Shield... Oh, yeah. Shieldred. Gristlebrand, Shieldred, and, Expropriate. I think that's good enough. You really want to play cards that are good without Emergent Ultimatum, and I think those are. Maybe, sort of. The Sphinx? Yeah, the Sphinx is one of them, but I don't like the Sphinx other than Emergent Ultimatum, so no. Oh yeah, Saw in Half Hoarding Broodlord. No, but you can't do that though, because you have to target something with Saw in Half. You can't target the Broodlord. Emrakul's colorless. Ugh. I already have a better tooth and nail anyways. Oh, I forgot Primeval Titan. Yeah, that card. Right. Probably want that one. Maybe Uro instead of Treasure Cruise? Uro instead of Dig Through Time Treasure? Don't want them in the same deck. Unless it doesn't target. Nope, it targets. Yep, that's not going to work. I like Drown in the Lock. There is Psychic, Fruge. Peer into the Abyss Omniscience. I don't like Omniscience, but Peer is fine. Peer is fine. Omniscience is okay. Only running cards that are good without Emergent Ultimatum. I don't want to put a card in my deck that is only good when I have Emergent Ultimatum. I think Peer is fine. Omniscience isn't bad. I can pretty reasonably get to 10 mana, I guess. It wins with Shieldred, does it? Oh yeah, it does. You target your opponent. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Can also target myself. Haven't done that in a minute. Blood in the Snow? Is that a snow spell? Oh, it is, yeah. Suppose it is. We're here to win with a snow commander, though. There are a couple snow spells in here, actually. I guess I could play Shifting Woodland. I don't see Pock in here either. I don't need these. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna start here. I think. Yeah, we're gonna start here. There's a little. It's a little weird looking. It's missing like some decent removal spells that you could run. It's missing stuff like Pock. But if I focus more, like instead of Pock running, say Uro, just to draw cards, to just try to constantly find Emergent Ultimatum. Usually when you cast it, you win. It's hard to lose after casting it. But this happens sometimes, I guess. But one of this Winter Quest achievement things of the whatever is winning a game with a Snow Commander 5 times. And this is probably the best way to do it. so I'm going to start with this. But yeah, the untap is kind of cool. I've never played into it heavy with what I would assume is a bunch of counterspell nonsense. Like you play stuff first main phase, you swing with this, and it doesn't die, I guess. And then you untap your lands, and now you have mana for your opponent's turn. You could also just simply cast twice as much things on your own turn. But at that point, you're just a vastly inferior Rofellos if you're just using the mana like that. So we'll see what happens here. I might want more interaction because of that logic. It's not like... Well, you could actually run Crewfix and float the mana to the next phase. Either way, this does have to actually swing to do the thing. It's just in the best color scheme, right, to get away with whatever it wants. But it's a snow commander for the quest, so let's start here. Do I have enough snowlands? Yeah, I think I do. For the snowland sake, I'm not running a lot of fancy lands just to have more snowlands in the off chance that... I think last time I did play this, untapping my lands was actually quite nice. And we've gotten a lot stronger cards since then, to the point where I could probably play like 5 more lands. But we'll see. We shall see. So, Sultai Nashi? Yeah, I think Nashi's probably still up there. Still might be the best Sultai commander, one would argue. Might be the best one still. I don't ever see it. I like never ever see it. But I think it's really good. It's like obscenely good. I'm the best Brawl YouTuber? Well, thank you. Not much competition, I would imagine. The bar is low. Don't you thought seize me? Oh, alright, that's fine. Did I kill that? No. I might persist the Psychic Frog if it dies. I mean, it is, like, really good. So... The ranked brawl event? What ranked brawl event? There's a rank in the brawl event? That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's a conundrum. Let's go this way. It's unfortunate, but I would argue that this is just better than Psychic Frog in turn 2. That's not what we're here to do, though. Jet Medallion, really? Opponent does not swing. Oh, right, this has Summoning Sickness. I keep doing that. I keep thinking people can swing when they clearly cannot swing. I don't know why I keep doing that. Wow, they didn't block? Opponent, I'm just going to be drawing cards now. That's questionable. We question those lines. Let's play you. Okay, so I could have actually persisted this. I kind of forgot I could do that. But I think I'm so early in this game, I'm not terribly concerned about that. So. Do I go to combat first? I think so. I think so, yeah. Okay. Worked out. I did miss a damage. Let's, Can I get a second black? I can. Alright, the blowout is real. Do I play Virtue? What do I kill? Nothing. I think Sephiroth was my Virtue target, so... Looks like they're going to get Sephiroth back. Suppose I'll just have to be fine with that. I don't think I have to leave up insignificance. I could have swung with my commander to get more mana this turn. Actually, that was a window to do it. Yeah. I don't think they were going to block it. So I sort of missed a bunch of mana there. It's funny, it actually just came up in the first game like that. Also, hello. Toxic Deluge for 8? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I can't save the Psychic Frog. It's probably not a good idea to save it, though. Probably not a good idea to save it. Well, this is why having 2 removal spells is a good idea instead of 1. I mean, you have to have it, otherwise it makes no sense. Okay, it looks like they're gonna find a reanimate spell, which is not what I expected. Any way to get rid of these? Nope. I'm not really at all concerned about 1/1s. I'd argue the format is not even about 1/1s actually most of the times. Toxic Deluge is like the only card they could have to get back in it, and I'm upset. So, cast my commander? Sure. I think we can just chill for a bit here. If they kill it, so be it. But the first thing they basically have to do is reanimate their commander. There it is. Opponent found it. Or had it and now played it or something. I don't know. I don't know what Witch's Oven is up to, though. That is the first time I've ever seen Tragic slip. Alright, let's play Kill the Commander over and over game. I think. No, we could just turn it into a... No, they just Witch's Oven it, so that doesn't work. Alright, let's brainstorm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 8. Suppose it is actually castable at some point in this game, though. Put these two back. Like that. Dark Ritual Persistence. What's in the graveyard that's... Oh yeah, right. So this is a must answer threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have to deal with this Virtue. It's going to get Summon Bahamut back. Oh yeah, it doesn't make another token, it just puts counters. That's right. I've never seen Witch's Oven, like ever, so this is kind of crazy. It's like literally feed the swarm or bust. You can flip, they could flip Sephiroth, but it would simply just die anyways, so. When a creature dies, return to the battlefield. When enchanted creature dies. Okay, let's do this. Okay, do it again. Oh, that was my upkeep from the Virtue. I don't think my opponent realized that. Yeah, they might not have realized it, or there's just no doing anything about it anyways. But that was my upkeep And then it goes into main phase for the second chapter. I'm going to leave up Consult. Make your own luck. Blood Chief's Ascension. That requires how much? Whenever cards put in the graveyard from anywhere, it's 3 cost. Okay, it takes a while. Don't they want a Phyrexian tower that instead? I guess not. Interesting. Oh, I need a second blue to kick it. Ah, well, I'm going to cast it regardless. Tragic. So, I guess I could take Gristlebrand. I can't use it, though. It's better than all of these. Maybe Counterspell is actually just fine. Just chill behind that, maybe. Alright, so what do we have here? Psychic Frog. I think Blood Artist is good, because it keeps us at parity. I think I should definitely take Blood Artist. Most assuredly here. Okay, I have Emergent Ultimatum next turn, so now we're just chilling. Unless I, need to tap my lands here. In some unfortunate scenario. Do I swing with the 9/9? I don't think swinging with the 9/9 does much, does it? Whenever this creature goes into permanence, total mana value of other permanents to each. Okay, so it does actually kill my opponent. But I have Emergent Ultimatum next turn, which kills him anyways. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill. If this pops, I probably just win regardless. Damage equal to the number of total mana each opponent. Okay, I guess I don't technically win, but still. I would have won if I swung and my opponent didn't, like, destroy me. Okay. It doesn't mill anything new. They grabbed a 1/1. This is the only thing to counter? No. This does not matter. What? Sacrifice? Sacrifice, sacrifice. It doesn't matter. I can let it resolve. Doesn't matter. They do draw another card off of Sephiroth, which I believe they're going to do. Right? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Does this leave combat when it flips? Is that how that works? Transforms into Angel... No, I don't think that's how that works. Okay. This is why I left the counterspell up. Guess I'll put a stop here. Blue, blue, green, green, green. Yeah. Okay. I basically win. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah yeah. If that was the case, they should have just sacked it anyways and used the 2 mana to make food. Or eat a food here. If they were going to do this. They missed a food consumption. Alright, so they didn't do what they needed to. I did not need Blood Artist to stay alive. But it certainly made it harder. That's fine. Let's do this. And let's win. I can win with all sorts of cards. Let's win with the one that I want to win with. Oh! Oops. Oops. Okay. They just put in enough mana to... Wait, what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Well, I guess I won that way. I mean, I had it here as well. Whoops. Okay. Well, that was an interesting first game. I guess I actually didn't even have to swing. I didn't even have to swing with Summon Bahamut. It was actually just a one-shot anyways. Plot 1 and put the rest into your hand. What does plotting do? Sorcery without paying its spell and mana cost. Look at the top 3. You may exile from among... Oh, this is funny. I like it more than Temporal Manipulation, because the extra turns are kind of like meh. Let's try it. I have not tried that card ever. I don't really need the 5-minute extra turn spells. I feel like it's a urban evolution. Okay, Illuna is nuts. Illuna is nuts. But so are these cards. My hand is like vintage. Well. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. It's my turn. My turn up to drive the steering wheel. So, float a blue. Let's do this. Get, I guess I just get anything. Blue, at least green and black, so... Overgrown Tomb. And then just cast into... Oh, I don't have to cast into... Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Just cast it. Grissies. There you are, buddy. Alright. I have not done this before. I mean, I didn't do it, like, super fast, but... The mutate is 6. Alright. Land. Let's start killing tokens. I'm not going to pay 7 again if they do something. Which I think this deck has nothing but things to do about it, so... Maybe not. I don't have any spell to leave up anyways. I'm just gonna do this. Was this Tail's End? I mean, by all means. By all means, Tail's End this and not the Gristlebrand activation. Oh, they didn't. Alright, so there probably is some kind of Tail's End, and they're like, oh, I'll just stifle the Gristlebrand instead of the fetch land. That's my vibe. That's the vibe check right now. Unless they have Lightning Bolt. Could have Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Dark Ritual's not going to help me Emergent next turn. Could find a way to deal with this token. Opponent has to also come back for anything to matter. There we go. So, swing. I don't know what they're leaving up, but apparently it doesn't deal with Gristlebrand. Let's draw 7. Mutate is still 6. I think it is a stifle. Oh, yeah, it is. Alright. Worked out. Let's play you. Wait, no, we want to play this first. Yeah. Play you. And then pass. My life total doesn't matter, so it doesn't matter if I like hit myself for 7 or whatever. It's not really part of the equation. I gotta deal with this token though. Or just win the game before the token matters. One of those two scenarios. Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything they can do to stop this with a single green source. So, get wrecked. Expropriate. Bribery doesn't do anything against them. Shieldred Pier. There's no sequence of grabbing anything that makes them stay alive. This is 100% dead. Okay, not 100%. Oh no, it is 100%. It is. Yeah. All right, so expropriate Pier, targeting myself. Time. They have to save money. Otherwise, I swing twice. Alright, get schmieded. My opponent probably said oops, thinking that there was a pile of 2 cards that makes them stay alive, but there is not. If they shuffle away the Pier, I take 2 extra turns, they die to Gristlebrand. If they shuffle away Shieldred, which they did, I take 2 extra turns, and they die to Gristlebrand. If they shuffle away the extra turns, the Shieldred Pier kills them. So they have to give me the extra turns. They have to save money, which they did, actually. They said oops, but they played the line that let them see another turn. I'm not killing them next turn. So they found the only line that continues the game. I have a lot of mana, exploration. Do I have any counter magic? I do. Yeah, okay. There's no sequence other than this exact one that lets them, like, have the game keep going, and this is not gonna be recoverable, so... Yep. So that's what that feels like, huh? Entomb, reanimate. It didn't instantly win. Yes, it did. I mean, it basically won instantly. It might as well have won instantly. It effectively did. This hand is a little reckless, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, my nose, man. Oh. How come everyone else gets to breathe? Why can I just not... Why am I not allowed to breathe? This is exactly like, whatchamacallit? Ujin. It's 7 mana, does the same exact thing as Ujin does. Yep, literally the same exact thing. 2 into 4, herp derp. Let's see. Can't float any mana, so I guess I'm just grabbing you. Swinging with that. And I can insignificance the Atali and hope it doesn't win. That's all. And I also, of course, didn't draw a counter spell, because why would I? My opponent got Portal to Phyrexia and Force Spite. Okay, well, I lose my board, but I suppose I can win without it. And them getting Delighted Halfling is not really a major concern of mine. Let's play this. Pass. That's the only thing in the graveyard, right? Yep. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Don't you love it when your Atali opponent has 55 ramp spells, but it hits Portal to Phyrexia? Isn't that great when that happens? Literally nothing but ramp spells, but the Atali trigger gets the 9-drop, as is tradition. Okay, so I can play this. Thespies. Oh yeah, I can draw too. Oh, sweet. Just what I needed. Now I can, well, I'm a bit... Well, I could just cast Primeval Titan, I guess. Yeah. Oh, or not. Or I could just lose, because Atali's beyond stupid. Cool. That's fun. Ramp spell, randomly rolls into Portal. Ramp spell, randomly has Ujin. Ulamog. I love those non-games. Brea's pretty out there. I can't play that? Yes, I can. Blue or black? I guess blue? I guess, yeah. Okay. Well, I have to leave it Wash Away. I don't think Goddess Souls is too concerning. Will they reanimate it? Oh. So, Uro. I don't see a major reason to push this. Really at all, honestly. Baleful Strix. Cool. Does this care about energy for some weird reason? Nope. Fairy Seer. Alright, now I will push it. Because it could just be like a stat issue at some point in this game I'd rather not deal with. Oh, am I gonna get a Spell Pierce? What is this? What is this? Is this Spell Pierce? Oh. That's worth saving? Why wouldn't you just Essence Flux the Baleful Strix to draw? I feel like this is not worth saving. Oh, maybe it is. Like, I don't know. So I get Primeval Titan, and then I can make a 20/20 at some point. But that is kind of... It's the best thing to do in this circumstance. It's the best thing to play. It's just not pulling me as far ahead as I'd want to be pulled ahead, honestly. I could get mana that actually tap, like lands that actually tap for mana, but I think the presence of this 20/20 is really good and is more than worth putting into play. Also, Primeval Titan has not been dealt with. Okay, this makes saving the guide a little bit more reasonable. I think. Kind of. Kind of. They scry 2 and draw 1. I don't really care about their life total. We get another attack trigger, or an actual attack trigger from Primeval Titan. Look at us go. Unless they just drew an answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, this is why I wanted a land that taps for mana, so I could play this. There's no way I don't swing here, so... Trade with the Strix. Let's get... Cavern... and... Command Tower? Cavern naming... This is an elf? Oh, it's God. Is this a god? It's a Saga Dragon. Oof. We'll name Dragon then. My commander can be cast like 16 times. It doesn't matter. Wait, why didn't you block first? Oh, right. No, you don't want to block first. That wouldn't make any sense. They could have cloud shifted the... Why didn't they just cloud shift Urion? Wasn't that just slightly better? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I trust my opponent. Okay. Yep, take 5. We can cast Uro and still leave up the thing. I think I can pay 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can just pay 2 and not think about it. Okay. Okay. If a permanent enters... Sure. 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 They still cannot swing as long as they're aware of the situation here. I'm still going to create that situation. But they cannot attack me. Well, you can block it twice, opponent. This game is not over. That was a really good draw, though. We'll cast it pre-combo. So... pass. So I'm looking for a counter spell. Pay for the Esper Sentinel. That's fine. There it is. So boom, boom, boom. No kick. Wait, is it uncounterable or something? Doesn't look like it. Are they tapped out? Are they tapped out? Are they tapped out? Oh, they're tapped out. Oh. Oh, yes. Love it. Should have played around it about it. Oh, should have played around it. Oh, they would have paid one. I would have not been able to pay for that, actually. Would have not been able to pay for that. Yep. They're still in it. I mean, I have more life than them, and they've had a Guide of Souls turn 1. This, we're just going to cast it. We're just going to cast it, and we're going to blow up this thing, because nothing else really matters. And pass. No other card matters here. A sweeper doesn't save them, so... Like, if this is their turn, that's fine. I just want to blow this up metal every time. There's no good blocks, so I can just swing with Shieldred. Now you gotta block one additional thing here. Well, no, you block the Uro instead. They didn't block the Uro. It could have been at 5 here. Let's play nothing. Yeah, we can play our commander. Alright. I'm gonna oops them back. Mistakes have been made, apparently. I don't know. They played all the cards in their hands, so I don't think they made any mistakes. They played every card they had available. But yeah, this 2020 Indestructible is a problem. I would be a little surprised that this deck had sweepers, but apparently me saying running sweepers in your creature-heavy decks is a bad idea is apparently a bad statement. So anything's on the table from your Urion, Token Creature, Guide of Souls, Baleful Strix, Flicker Your Creatures deck. Knowing me, they probably have 15 board wipes. But yeah, we're gonna... At this point, this can resolve. It doesn't matter. We're so far ahead. I could have... Let's see, tap 1, 2, 3, and then green, 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 blue, blue. I don't have enough black mana to Grim Tutor Emergent Ultimatum, but maybe I do if I sack a land for a swamp. I could sack this for a swamp, and then maybe I do? I don't know. I wasn't exactly going to go for it. And because I wasn't, I should have probably just cast this for a counterspell, honestly. Yeah, I should have got a counterspell here. I was just about to pass the turn. Should just grab the counterspell. A card that makes you cast free spells off the top combos well with cards that put cards on the top of your deck. I would agree with this. Oh, could I have just killed their flyer? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Alright, well, it's all on Fatal Push to win the game. I'm rooting for you, Fatal Push. You got this, buddy. Okay, go figure. Life total probably doesn't matter. Why would it? Okay, that was a good draw. I guess, actually. Really not that exciting, honestly. I can find a 4-mana card? No, I can't. The best thing about my commander is it blocks theirs. So that's pretty cool. They did not flip the... Alright, so hold on. Here. There. Here. Here. Okay, there we go. And I can leave a Worldly Tutor for Primeval Titan? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yep. It looks like Fatal Push actually won me the game. It literally did what I needed it to. So that's ideal. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Well, this is great. Yep, they got stonewalled by Fatal Push. Live by the Mana Dork. Die by the Mana Dork. One, two, three, yep. Let's get an island. Because it doesn't matter. There is no reason to swing. Untapping my snow lands doesn't actually do anything. They're not dead in one swing, but Primal Titan is a 6/6. Sure. Oh, I did have an enchantment artifact. I didn't even notice. So you. Okay. Can I play this reasonably? Yes. Do they not know how this works? I'm always playing the land. Alright, well, red-green deck versus a 2020 indestructible flying. There's basically nothing at all they could do. Random Atali, okay. Embercleave, adorable. I don't know what Atali is doing in Tovalar, but not only did they have the mana to cast it, they almost killed me. You know how actually insane it would have been if my opponent won this game? You know how insane it would have been? Tovalar doesn't play anything that costs more than 3, ever. This is the first time I've ever seen that. And not only did it have a thing that costs more than 3 in their hand, it was castable. And it also got haste, and also randomly got double strike. It would have been insane if I got robbed by Atali there. That would have been insane. I would have probably just uninstalled Arena, actually. I think I would have uninstalled. I just don't think there's any business in Tovalar. The game is almost always over by the time you would ever cast this. Like, whether you've killed your opponent or you've just fizzled out and can't close it out. I'd say 99... Probably this is the first time ever that this has happened to them. This is just nuts as a roll. Like, Atali rolled into a 6-mana card. What is with Atali? I don't know. It's like when people cast it, it just does exactly what you need it to every time. Like, imagine it just got this, like a random one drop, like Elvish Mystic, you know, the 99% of my opponent's deck. Close, yeah, it shouldn't have been though. It had no business being that close. It had no business being that close. That's insane. Well, look, if Atali always does that, then you should play Atali in every deck that can run it. If it always does that for you, you should always play it. The deck with 55 ramp spells doesn't hit a ramp spell with Atali. The deck with 55 1 and 2 drop threats doesn't hit a 1 or 2 drop threat. It hits a 6 mana mythic rare that gives double strike and trample. Amazing. Amazing. Tooth and Nail Atali Displacer Kitten? Well, you would need to be blue, and you can't do that for 7 mana. Oh, no, yeah, you can't do that. That would be 9 mana. It is not the same. I haven't seen Lumra in a while. I can't imagine it's new or doing anything I haven't seen before, though. Actually, I really haven't seen Lumra at all, other than myself playing it. Kind of surprising. But, like I said, it's missing a few crucial pieces to become that, like, CEDH tyrant that is teetering on the edge of being. But the tools are there. You know, you can get it sometimes. I think we'll keep this. This is a bit reckless, but Fatal Push won the last game, so surely it will this time. Yeah, it costs 9, you need blue. Alright, that is not the card that I was worried about. I don't have a good next turn, though, which is kind of tragic. I really was hoping they would just spend their mana and not use the Reclaimer, but it is what it is. I'm going to cast my Commander. We're just going to cast it here. Reclaimer's doing the thing. That's okay. It's not Llanowar Elves, which is just categorically better here. They can get the fancy Lumra setup lands. I'm not worried about anything that only cares about Lumra's existence for it to matter. Mousing over my stuff? What are you doing? My opponent is mousing over my stuff. I don't like this. What? Shadow Spear? Okay. I guess. So I can get a swamp? It's safer to get anything but... No, we can just get a swamp. Right? Yeah. And then... swing. And probably Fatal Push this now, after it does the thing. Yeah, this is looking really bad, actually. I'm just doing nothing here. This is problematic. I mean, you probably just grab Cavernous Souls here, right? You should probably grab Cavernous Souls. I think? I don't know. No, guess not. The heck happened there? Oh no. I've completely and utterly lost YouTube chat. It's just gone. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, Hopefully they're still around and can hear me complain, but they are not readable. Alright, let's play... I don't have I don't have a second blue source to untap with my commander. So... that is a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... yeah, we're in a bind here. I can't cast Make My Own thing, so I guess I'm just passing. Yikes. How do I deal with this YouTube issue here? I literally can't read the YouTube chat. Can I find the YouTube chat, like, through a browser? Can I just do that? Beast Within? Okay. Yeah, my YouTube chat crashed, so now I have to use the browser. Big yikes. Alright, is there anything in the graveyard? No. Well, now I guess I just cast this. Exile that one? Is there anything to reanimate? Reclaimer? That's it? Yikes. Alright, so they shouldn't be able to cast their commander next turn. So... Pit of Offerings? What? Okay. That's odd. Very strange. Surprised I didn't just use that here to block. Maybe that was slightly better. Alright, so I can cast Cultivate, get an island and a forest. And then swing. Green, green, green. Alright. So, wash away, emerge is the line here. They also need a land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had a land. They needed a land to do this. Vigorous Farming. Lands you control enter untapped at the beginning of your end step. The topmost... okay, that thing. That's a little out there for me. Just a little out there. But I think we now win. I'm not sure there's any sequence. Unless I make a mistake, which is possible. It is possible. Okay, it's a lot harder now to make a mistake now that I drew a land. It's a lot harder to make a mistake. So, whoop. You should at least make me show you a pile. Yeah, you should always make me show you a pile. But this is the game-winning pile here. They go more or less infinite, I guess, but they have to go into their next turn to do that. It would also have to translate into a win, because if you play your entire deck on one turn with Lumina, you still have to pass the turn. Unless you have some weird haste enabler. But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I don't know why my chat just exploded. I really don't know. Alright, this technically is not like a guarantee win. They have to say money. They have to say money here. Oh, they don't? Now, aren't you guaranteed dead, though? Aren't you dead because of that? Mathematically? Like, you just take too much damage? Yeah, you were just dead on board. Alright, get Schmieded. I could cast Gristlebrand, I know, but they're just dead on board. I don't have to actually do anything else. Just do it the fast way. Although, I mean, this is just as fast as casting my commander, so I could have just technically played it and then drew. I could have just did what they wanted to do and play my whole deck really fast, but no, just kill them with that. Alright, yep. So I didn't do that math. I did not do that math. But that does mean the 3 cards I got always win. There's no sequence where they can't. If they said money... Hold on. Wait a minute. This happened again. This is the second time. If my opponent just said money, and I steal a land, what are they going to do? Let's say I take Sylvan Safekeeper, so they can't do anything with Lumra. What do they do then? I really think I probably just take the castle, though, and then they can't ever cast Lumra anyways, and I don't care about it. So that works as well. They'd always lose 2 in their draw step, if that math matters, which I don't think it does. Yeah, I mean, this is the difference between Llanowar Elves and this thing, right? Now, it did give them mana, because it gave them a land that taps for 2, so it kind of actually ended up being a mana dork because of that, and maybe that was worth killing. But still, I think Llanowar Elves is just a... If you have a choice between the 2 on turn 1, you're just playing Llanowar Elves. Opponent probably would have done that, so... Alright. Oh, we did it. Look at that. Did I lose? Yeah, I did. I lost to Atali. Yeah. There was an Atali loss in there. We did it. We did it. Look at that. Beautiful. It's weird that this guy's art is not the... like this one. Because it's literally a Brawl commander. Although I think this card is literally a Brawl in the text of it. So, like Blizzard Brawl or whatever. It's like actually called that. I don't know. I'm putting the commander art on the play commander. But what do I know? I'm just a Magic player. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. Out here guessing. Big guesswork. It's been so long since I got this YouTube chat plugin that I don't know how to fix it. I don't even know how to find it again. What if I did this? You just dockable window. If you like to show, going to choose the docks window. Docks? Custom browser docks. Docks. I have no idea. I mean, I could just do the browser thing anyways. It's fine. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Sure, I'll keep this. Sultai Ultimatum? Well, they know my hand doesn't interact at all, unfortunately. Guess I just play this. Madness? No? They just discarded a card? Why did they do that? Okay. Opponent has a spell anyways, so I should just cast anything ever. Because they just have a spell regardless if I cast something. Let's name green or black. Let's do green and then pass. Pretty miserable. Yeah, they just discarded a card for some reason. Please counter this. Thank you. And then play Seek New Knowledge? No. What, do you have a Stifle? Come on! Come on. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait, this doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't think that matters too much. Alright, let's put something in play that can at least block so I don't die. But, I mean, at this point the game is probably 120% over, because this deck is really stupid. You know, if they didn't have Gemstone Cavern, I think we were fine, honestly. I think we were fine without specifically this card. So, it is one of those, probably, one of those games where it's just like over before it started situations. Cool. Very fun. What an enjoyable commander. It's only fun when you're playing it. That's my hot take. Otherwise it should be banned. Should never pit me against it. Should only make me play as it. Okay, we're going against the Rusco players now. I don't know what just happened. I got the achievement and it's like, oh, you won too many games. Now you have to play against all this. Forever. Go figure. Why would you take the Rampant Growth? You're just taking this. There you go. It's not hard. Breeding Pool, Ponder. Shuffle? Yikes. What does Dark Rituals do? No, Dark Ritual's not the thing here. Yep, shuffle. They didn't take Emergent Ultimatum, but I wouldn't either. To be fair. There's a draw of 1 drop. It's completely dead and useless here. Green, green, green. Blue, blue, blue. So black. Just play a land. Play Rusco. There you go. Did I stun lock my opponent? Nope. Oh, I could cast my commander, I guess. Oh, no, I can't. Wait, should I? Why do I even care about it? It doesn't matter either way. Why do I care? It's not doing anything. It's probably not going to do anything, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put a stop there. 1, 2, 3... That... I mean, no matter what happens, this is not reliable. I have to find something else. This isn't going to do anything. Oh look, there's interaction. Wow. Removal spell? Counterspell of my own? There's just like nothing to do. Yeah, there's just nothing to do here. I would need kind of just the impossible. But I can cast it, you know. I'm not going to concede before I try to just cast it. I could, like, yeah, there's no card to put on top that matters. It's like 100% to not work. My opponent keeps going AFK. But I'm going to put it on the stack. I'm going to make them have a counterspell. Make them have it. They don't have it! Okay, expropriate. Peer. Shieldred? Yep. Unbelievable. There must be at least a removal spell? There has to be something. Maybe it's a wash away? I don't... Well, no, they could have just... Well, this is why you make them have it. I should have put Force and Negation on top, if this is the case. Not that I don't think 99% of the time that would have mattered. I have no idea what happens if you rope out before that would resolve. So, Peer... Shieldred. There has to be a removal spell. This kind of makes sense now. Okay. Apparently there was stone cold nothing. That's kind of just completely unbelievable to me. Okay. Yeah, that's a massive oops. Alright, well that's your typical Rusco player. Alright. Thanks for letting me win. I can't believe that. I can't... Well, look, that's why you always try. Right there. That's exactly why you always try. Because that happens. This is someone who's like playing some stock meta list and doesn't know how magic works or something. I don't know. Wow. That's unbelievable. It's completely unbelievable I won that. If I did, we actually hit the 1% outcome where if I actually had Force of Negation... Oh no, Force of Negation doesn't work anyways. Why do I keep thinking it works? I don't know. It's not Force of Will. I gotta stop thinking like that. What did I draw? What do I keep? I actually don't really have a good line. I could discard things, but they could have reanimate. I don't know if it's worth playing around those things, though. I don't know. Let's not think about it. Who cares? I just dunked on a Rusco player somehow. I had no business having that outcome. Yeah, they don't take any damage if they killed it in response. I think maybe they got confused because I targeted myself. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even remotely consider targeting them because it wasn't a counter spell, but it was an interactive spell, so it had to be probably removal. So there's no way I'm targeting them. There's just no way at all. They're gonna really want to Thoughtseize me. Okay, they did. That's good. If they didn't do this, we probably just won on turn 1. Well, it's up to them to find the exploration line. You gotta take exploration. It's not even close. It's not even close. Look at that, they figured it out. Amazing. Figured it out. Okay. Can I discard this reasonably? I don't know. What am I looking for with this? I don't know. Bribery. Yeah, I think so. I like bribery here. I can't cast the Cold Steel Heart, so I think I'm just getting rid of it. I can cast it, but I'm not going to cast it, is my point. Do we just not have a land? What? Huh? What's going on here? Wow, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Just don't have a land. We have interaction? No? Let's do... Triome? Guess I can... Yeah, just pass, I guess. Okay, so I can cast my commander, and then what? I don't really know. I'm not upset if it dies, so that's fine. May play snow permanent. If I had a snow land... Oh, maybe there was a line crop rotation of snow land and then, like, get it back. Maybe there was a line there with that. Maybe. Interesting. Very interesting. Jet Medallion. That's fine. That's fine. That is okay. It's okay because I now have this. What do you got? Surely there's something degenerate. Okay, not really? Unfortunately, I don't really like Massacre Worm here. Shieldred's pretty good. We'll just take the giant stat stick. It kills the board and is a huge stat stick, so we'll just do that. But Shieldred is honestly completely reasonable, in my opinion. Completely reasonable. Alright, so now I can crop rotation to blue source. I mean, I don't even know if they can cast Sephiroth anyways. It might just be too late? Not sure. Not sure. I've never seen this card, by the way. When it dies, do the thing. Alright, so they do make me do the thing. Let's get rid of a forest? Yeah. Get command tower here. I don't care about Jorn's untap. I don't really care about that, so... But I am swinging for 9. Yeah, alright. Get schmeeded. Get schmeeded. If they... Funny enough, if they actually took the the Lana Rails instead of the exploration, I think I would have had overall less mana this game, which is funny. I don't think you ever do that, though. Ever. That's not worth it, but I did end up having more mana because of that Mystic than I did with the exploration. It would have changed how Preordain resolved, because exploration would let me, like, slam more lands into play and whatnot. But if this died, I was kind of just chilling, not doing much. Cool. Never didn't have it. It's funny, Rusko is the art for the Brawl event. I would not take Rusko into the Brawl event. I would never take Rusko into the Brawl event. Nor would I take Sephiroth, which we've seen every other game today. Alright, mono green. Can't get upset with that. Worldly Tutor might have to put in some serious work, though. Also, I don't want to keep shocking myself against this deck. Maybe let's not do that? So get a swamp? Yeah, we can get a swamp. Yeah, we can get Snowlands, that's fine. Not gonna Worldly Tutor. Sure. Jadar is a really good 2-drop, especially for this deck. Let's play more stuff. Actually, let's do this. And then cast this. 1, 2, Okay. Sorry, opponent, I was doing a successful measure of confusing myself there. They have to kill the Molt Tender, which is, I think, kind of just unlikely. Because Sephiroth is what you do every single time you have 3 mana in this deck. You should swing first, though. Oh, or I don't know what I'm talking about. That works, too. I don't know how, in what universe, dealing with Molt Tender with Playcrafter is better than casting Sephiroth. I just don't understand at all why you would do this. It doesn't really make sense to me. I would never take this line. Ever. I don't know how this is a line that makes sense. That's fine. Okay, still not playing Sephiroth. There must be a removal spell? Which we don't really care about. I don't know. I'm kind of... Opponent's throwing me for a loop. Village Rites. Just put that on top, right? Yeah. You know what? You don't draw anything. Okay, let's get Primeval Titan. Cast said Primeval Titan. Untap said 5 lands or something after 4. Let's get the funnies. Slingies. Okay. Alright. Correct. I've been dunking on the Sephiroth players today. Absolutely dunking on them. But yeah, the Thespian stage is not a snowland, so that's not going to work. And the Vesuva for graveyards is actually a cave. It's not a snowland. I guess it can copy a snowland, though. Yeah, there's really no way to untap this after I tighten it. I'm not about to play Spelunking, before you ask. Well. What has not worked out? I guess Utter Insignificance hasn't worked out. No, Persist hasn't worked out either. I don't know if that's Persist's fault, though. I don't think it is. I think Persist is perfectly reasonable. I've cast it once. It has done something. I feel like every card in here has done something except make your own luck, actually. Uro has also been kind of like these two. I haven't seen Black Market, but if I ever do, I'm not gonna... Tooth and Nail hasn't done anything, too, actually. These 3 haven't really done much. Low on blue mana? But what? Yeah, maybe we don't need Tooth and Nail. I haven't really felt like I've been getting to 9 mana. Game's kind of being concluded at 7 with this card. So maybe I could get rid of Tooth and Nail, add Final Parting as a tutor for anything, and also reanimate something. Yeah, maybe that's just better. Yeah, I'm taking these 3 out. I like Final Parting. I actually think I forgot to get a Final Parting. I wanted to get one for a paper deck. I don't think I actually did. Which is annoying. What else? What else? I haven't needed a single... Like, in any game, I have just not needed a board wipe. I've been over that a few times already, though. Historic Brawl is not, like, leaning into sweeper territory. People aren't playing, like, 10 creatures. I wonder if you could just win with Rofellos probably doesn't even care if you cast a sweeper every turn, which just goes to show, like, it's just not an avenue to victory. I haven't really seen any Planeswalkers, so Bitter Triumph is just kind of a removal spell. I could just play one that's maybe slightly more efficient. Though that one isn't bad. I can use it to discard for Reanimate Persist. I have done that before. I'd sooner maybe get a 1-mana removal spell. I don't know, it's fine. It's not like it's bad. Maelstrom Pulse is funny. And we could pull... Scute Swarm is not a snow permanent. That wouldn't matter. I don't know why I think that would matter. Pock can duplicate Snowlands. Alright, no Gene Pollinator. I'm noticing a trend with that. Have I played Replicating Ring? I don't think I've ever cast it yet. Huh. Replicating Ring could just be a ramp spell that gets snowlands, right? Isn't that like kind of the same, except it can't get blown up? I don't know. It taps for any color. I guess it's okay. It can randomly turn into Omniscience as well. I feel like the choice is obvious. It's not on my mind. It must be obvious. It must be. Another blue spell for force, and if I find one that I like. Force and negation as a 3-mana negate doesn't bother me too much, but yeah, having a blue card for it is nice. Planar cleansing? Planar Genesis? Planar Genesis? Is that it? The card with the complicated name that I for some reason don't forget. Oh yeah, Drown in the Loch. I said that was a nice one, actually. Also, I guess, technically blue. Technically blue. Technically. Boop. There you go, 2 blue cards. Stock up? Maybe. Maybe not. Do I even... I feel like I'm not a card draw deck. How many cards in this deck draw cards? Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain. So I get like the cantrips. Psychic Frog is just like a 2-mana win the game, but technically draws cards. Consult the Star Charts is like the one. Seek New Knowledge doesn't it doesn't like draw, it just... I don't really have any card draw in here. Huh. It's all like tutors and stuff. Yeah, maybe this isn't a card draw deck. Consult the Star Charts could just be Assemble the Team? I forgot about Assemble the Team. Alright, no replicating ring. Forgot all about Assemble the Team. Could probably replace Consult the Star Charts. Could have just done that instead, maybe. Finding, like, this is one of those cast sorcery spells kind of decks, and then sometimes untap your lands in the second phase. So that is interesting. I could run slightly more snow lands. I haven't felt like Jorn's untap has been super crucial though. On the draw here, what is this? Oh, Doc Ock, I think, right? Is that what that is? 8 end step fury. Yeah. Alright, it's a pretty good commander. I mean, I like it. Or it's a cool commander, at least. It's been a minute since it did anything crazy. An end step brainstorm on 1, I am absolutely not a fan of whatsoever. I wonder what this means. This seems like a desperate play. Looking for something specific. That would be 2 mana. Because otherwise you could just draw a card first and then cast it. So I don't know. I'm never a fan of early brainstorms. Ever a fan of that. That must be the case, though. Oh, look. Just in time. Just in time. Do I... Yeah, still cast this. Still cast this. They have the fetch land for it. It makes the brainstorm more obvious, I guess. But still, just because you have a fetch land doesn't mean you just cast brainstorm. I'm still on the idea that people play brainstorm incorrectly. More often than not. Was no spell pierce there or anything. Let's cast Burge. Let's cast this because I'm not mystical tutoring. I don't need Birds of Paradise for any reason. They didn't kill it. Tragic. Play a random spell. At this point, they're probably never tapping out again, though. But it would be nice. Oh, man. It's like I know what I'm talking about. Tragic. I hate when I know what I'm talking about. So, that was a good draw, actually. That was a good draw. That makes the binding less good to just do. Oh, wait. There's no way you just blitzkrieg the... Okay. I'll make a move. I'll make a move. What do you got? I will make a move here. Flare Insignificance? Maybe not Flare? No, I think Flare is fine. We have the time to cast it, so... I can get a counterspell out of their hand by casting my commander. But there's a chance they recognize my commander's actually doing nothing, and they don't deal with it. Blue-black. Black is tapped. Cast Elvish Mystic, I guess. Play said land and pass. Alright, so I can deal with this, kind of. Maximum hand size at the beginning of your end step. Gives your 1, 2, 3. They have a bunch of mana. They could have Dark Ritualed their commander, so I'm not sure if they're going to cast it here, because they didn't cast it last turn. I also am representing things. I have to let this go. They gifted it, so I can't Mystical Tutor. What if I Mystical Tutored in response? No. That's fine. Okay, that's unfortunate. Well, it's not that bad. If they take it, they can't cast it. Yeah, it's actually just fine. I think the way to lose this was casting Mystical Tutor. They should... I really don't know what you take. I don't know. It's all just like a bunch of crazy nonsense. Yeah, they take the card that's probably far and away the most reasonable. They do not cast it, though. Really? Why not? Alright, so I can get a counter spell? I can't cast this. I cannot imagine Bribery does anything at all. So, what if I just grabbed Force of Negation? No, Seek New Knowledge. Let's shuffle it up a little. My opponent knows too much. They know too much here. Yeah. They know too much. This is actually a problem. Okay, let's get rid of that. So now they don't know anything. And then we cast our commander, because I'd love to see counter spells be flung into this for days. It feels like an auto counter thing to counter your opponent's commander, but my commander just doesn't really matter. So, never upset with this here. Opponent gets rid of Flood Moon. Weird. Extra turn, I lose the game? Oh, maybe not. It is a little insane that they've done nothing. Yeah. It's like kind of just like bananas that they've done nothing. Because of that, I'll just chill, I guess. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Well, that's very bad for me. Is this beginning of your end step? At the beginning of your end step. So we can go into the end step, and then we can utter insignificance that card. Which I am more than interested in doing, so... They can't cast their commander and draw 8. Because we're already within the end step here, it's not the beginning. That's what I thought. So now we can try to go to combat. So I'll cast something... I'll cast the least threatening card. Yep. Cast this first. It does resolve, which is a reasonable thing to let resolve. Let's get... Cavern, and I guess I could just put Dark Depths in play. Not going to get Thespian Stage though. Let's name Demon. Let's play land. Combat. So at this point, just start casting things, because I'm not leaving up anything. So I'll just cast what my opponent must deal with. Suppose that would involve this? No, this. It doesn't matter. Whatever I cast is going to get countered. I'm just going to cast them. How did that just resolve? Bro. Okay, well, I wasn't prepared for this. I just wasn't prepared for this outcome. I'm, like, kind of stun-locked here. What? What? Okay, well that puts me so far ahead, I'll just leave up... stuff? Wow. What is happening? Let's keep the... Let's keep that. Okay, I'm not going to pitch Gristlebrand so they can't reanimate it. I don't care if they grab the Bahamut, though. I just can't believe that it worked. It's the second game today that it just, like, worked. Target opponent loses life equal to the amount of creatures, then destroy all creatures. So... No? No? Let's clear the stack. No. Okay. Unbelievable. What? I could have let the sweeper resolve, to be completely honest. I did have Cavern on Demon. I could have cast Gristlebrand. At least drew 7. They only had 1 card left. Wow. I mean, they did everything they want to do in a deck like this. They could have probably Flood Mooned me. Maybe? 2 forests, 1 swamp. Everything else is an island. Is that a problem for me? Maybe it's not. No, it does shut down. Okay, it would at least change what Primeval Titan does. I don't know. I think I played... This might be a good example of when you should play what, right? If I'm just mindlessly casting things, I probably lose this game. But I'm playing them in a very, like, as annoying spots as possible. And it's just making pain points for the control counterspell player. The Jorn being countered the first time, I think, was where I started to pull ahead officially. Because I don't think countering Jorn was right the first time, especially how it resolved the second and did what it was going to do anyways. So they didn't capitalize on the tempo of dealing with it the first time. Kind of what I'm trying to say there. But it does generate effectively something like that would equate to like wilderness reclamation, where I untap my lands and can do things twice. So it's not quite like that, though. I would have to cast things and then get into combat, and if it dies, then I'm, like, stuck with no mana before I can, like, untap it. But if I swing with it, I can kind of just vomit a lot at the same time. So it is good. It's just I don't think the game is about it, and they have to play around it unless you can really shut it down, which they just couldn't. They didn't cast this in at least, I think, 2 scenarios in which they could have. The first one with Dark Ritual felt like the more reasonable of the 2 scenarios, at least the ones I'm thinking of. This is worth taking out because it lets my opponent start to undo the pain points by playing random stuff at inconvenient times. Mostly just casting this at instant speed is the big thing, because most of their deck, as we saw anyways, was like mono instance. So I don't know. I think it's worth it to stop this. Interesting game. Yeah, I like that one. I like that game. I liked it. I've had some pretty long games too. Also, it's irritating that I can't fix the YouTube chat. All signs point to me going to eat food. That's what this means. Alright, we're going to talk about the deck. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so this is really good. I love this. Probably, I mean, there's not a lot of options, but it's my favorite snow commander. Not because it's green. Just saying. It being green is quite nice, though. It is kind of like the Immersion Ultimatum commander in my head. Obviously, you have stuff like the First Sliver and Golos and, I don't know, Nashi even. Actually, Nashi is really good as well, but Nashi goes in a very different direction, like Sultai Control and stuff, and while I like that a lot more, personally, when it comes to just playing and, like, talking to people and making YouTube stuff, this, I think, is a little bit more fun to watch than Nashi. Nashi just upsets people, even when I'm winning with it. But I really do, I gotta say, I do like Nashi. I could have put Nashi in this deck, actually. I could have just slid it right in, nice and quiet. Maybe no one would have noticed. But it doesn't play all of the crazy green things. Like, I didn't play Pock. There was a couple times I thought about putting it in, just chose not to. It does... Well, it does... Every time I talk about Pock, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it does what it does, but it, in this deck specifically, has the slightly added bonus of duplicating snow lands, which then you untap with your commander. So it has a little bit of a extra step synergy there, which is nice. It is completely irrelevant that it does that, but it is a thing that happens. It's a thing that happens. This is where is it? Mystical Tutor and Worldly Tutor. These are really good in decks where they make sense, and it is sometimes difficult to find those decks where they do make sense. However, in this case, these are like the 2 cards that they get every time, or at least that felt like the case. I think sometimes I end up... No, I think that was always the case. So, like, Worldly Tutor always grabbing Primeval Titan, and Mystical Tutor always grabbing Immersion Ultimatum is just good enough. I don't need them to do more than that. They can just effectively be the second copy of these cards in my deck. You do go down a card because it goes on top. I started to notice that this deck doesn't actually have any really doesn't have any card draw at all, other than stuff like Psychic Frog, which, you know, it's not really why I'm playing it. But because of that, I think just running a bunch of tutors, but you're kind of just after the same things every game, and Sultai does a very good job at finding like the same key pieces every game. It's got like the black tutors, the blue tutors, the multicolored tutors. If you're really trying to get crazy, you could also finagle some card draw in here. It's not like that is a bad idea. But just running like mono tutors feels like the most, you like, quote unquote, you draw less cards overall because of that. Like your card just draws one card, like a cantrip, but it's a cantrip for a card exactly what you want it to be. So the power level of the cards you find are better with your card draw in the form of tutors. You just see less cards overall, but that's fine in a deck like this. It really is. You just like ramp into a card that wins by tutoring for it or whatever. And that is definitely more appealing, or it removes the pain point of whatever Rofellos has, which is sometimes you don't have anything to do with it, like Azusa. You just play it, vomit lands, and then just stare at your opponent until they kill you because you didn't draw anything. Whereas this deck, you know, violently ramps, but then can tutor for a card that wins a game. Nice and easy. So I like that. I like the lines that are brought up by cards like Emergent Ultimatum. There's a lot of time it's obvious the choice in this card, but sometimes one of those things are just in your hand or in the graveyard or something. It's something to think about. It is hard to lose after you cast it, though. I don't think I ever did. I finally got the Entomb Reanimate degen opener. That's always nice. Love to see that. If you're the one doing it, at least. It does feel like Ragavan, though. You played him turn 1, and then your opponent concedes because they can't deal with it. You just do this with, not even Dark Ritual, but I guess if you have Dark Ritual, it's like super over. You just do this, and then your opponent concedes, and you don't really have a game. You just didn't really get to play the game. You just won. Which, you know. But yeah, I like this. It is very easy to get your 5 snow commander wins for the achievement seasonal thing with this. Extremely easy. You don't even have to play this exact list here, but all you have to do is find this card and cast it. This card right here. That's all you really got to do. Not much else matters. Sometimes people concede before you even show them a card. There were 2 games today. It just resolves when it had no business resolving. So if you ever just give up because you have a 7-mana sorcery and your opponent has 5 islands, just cast it and then concede. Just make them show you it, even if it's a 98% likelihood. Just cast your cards, please, people. I've won too many games where people gave up and I actually had no answer to what they're doing, but they saw priority was held because of a random, like, fetch land or something. Like, oh, you have it, and they concede before I let the card resolve. Just cast your cards. But that's it, so let me know what you thought about it.